Hey guys, it's Sapphire Dragonfly here, and I know I have been a little lacking, but I wanted to come in and give you guys a weekend collective energy. Okay, so let me tell you what I've got coming up for the weekend for the collective. All right, Door to Romance came out in reverse. All right, and how someone is feeling is the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Okay. So this weekend energy is an energy of, even though it kills me, I want a new start. I want something brand new. You know, I feel like the energy to some people here is that they're giving up on relationships or connections. And I don't feel like it's because there's a lack of love. I feel like this is one of those situations where love has endured so much that just kind of feels like, you know what, this love has endured so much, it's just it's burnt out, you know, it's just done. And so I feel like the energy this weekend is, even though it hurts me, even though I care about this person or this situation, I know that it's time for me to have a new start. Something that's going to be solid, something that's going to be stable, whether it's a new start just within yourself or it's a new start with another person. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel like this is an ending where someone is ending something to be with someone else. I truly do feel like this is an ending that someone is choosing to have for themselves. I feel like the stable foundation or the new beginning that someone is seeking to have is not with someone. I feel like it's something that they want to do within themselves. I feel like there's like this sense of like a lingering feeling of some sort within this person or within you that makes you feel like, I just know that the only way I'm going to have this new start, this stable mental, emotional, physical, or even financial start, is if I close the door on a relationship and connection. Okay, so the next cards I have were the action cards, and they were the Justice card and the World card. So I believe that somebody is going to be taking action to end a cycle, to close a door. And when we have the World card, it is the end. It is like, I have learned all that I can learn in this love connection. I've learned all that I can learn from this person, whether it be good, whether it be bad. I've gotten all that I can get from it. So the only thing that I can get from this further is to release this, because the next leg of my journey is going to be taken by myself. Okay. In the World card, I have a woman here that's surrounded by the World Serpent, but it's only one person on this World card. So this is, I'm closing out a chapter, I'm moving ahead, and I'm doing it for myself, by myself, and it's all about me. Okay. And with the Justice card, some people are deciding, you know what, this is going to go, I'm just going to have to go to court. I'm going to have to go to court. I'm going to have to pay that child support. I'm going to have to go through that divorce. I'm going to have to deal with that alimony. You know what? The kids and I, we may not, their mother and father and I, we just may not be able to talk. It just is what it is. This chapter, this cycle is done. It's done. Okay. Put a knife in it, put a fork in it. It's done. Okay. And I feel like, looking at the Justice card, I have this woman here, and she's standing in between the two scales, and she's got the sword of truth pointing down, and she's got her eyes covered. And I think that someone has come to the conclusion that there's nothing else to be seen about the situation. There's nothing else I could see differently. I've tried to look at it from several different perspectives, but no matter how I look at it, there's nothing else left for me to see about this person I'm dealing with. Everything I need to know about this person has been presented to me. And if it hasn't been presented to you, then it will be presented this weekend. You will be able to see it all. And once you're able to see it all, then you can blindfold yourself, because you're like, I'm not going to miss out on anything. There's nothing that I'm going to miss out on. as I move forward, okay? For some of you guys, this is a breaking of a connection where you feel like I have to not talk to this person or not deal with this person as closely because I've got to break this connection. And in order to do it, I've got to sever certain levels of communication, okay? So there won't be any small talk. There won't be any side talk. It's like if it has to do with the kids, talk about the kids. If they're not dying, then we don't need to talk, okay? If it's that's basically where this is at, okay? Now the final outcome of this action that's being taken to close this door and end this cycle and see because they've seen all that they can see, the final outcome cards that I have here are the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands, okay? And so what I'm getting here is that someone is walking away, not just emotionally, not just mentally, but physically. They are walking away, okay? This is the energy of someone that may have, when they left this person last time they were around them, they may have thought, I'm done, and they said goodbye to this person. And this person, you might say goodbye to this person this weekend, and you might feel like, okay, they're just leaving for the person who's being left. But for the person who's actually doing the leaving, that was your final goodbye. Yes, the person, for some of you guys that are being said goodbye to, or some of you guys that are saying goodbye this weekend, it's like this person has no idea that this is your final goodbye and how you're going to be dealing with them, because you won't be dealing with them the same way after this weekend is done. Things will be changing. With the 9 of Wands, it's like you've seen the light of the situation. You've seen the light, you've seen the dark, you've woken up, and you're just like, you're standing down. You ever see when you're fighting for something and you're like fighting frivolously, and then finally you just come to the conclusion that, what, I need to stand down because it's just not going to work the way I thought it was, or it's just not going to have the outcome, or the person's just not going to grow the way I thought they would. So some of you guys are standing down, and you're like, for lack of a better term, I'm not going to say that you're conceding defeat or you're giving up. You're just merely saying there is no victory here except for me to acknowledge that there will be no victory the way I thought it was going to be. The victory here is going to be for me to walk away from this. That is where my victory lies. And it's funny because when we look at the word victory and we look at, how victory is defined, most of us wouldn't look at victory as walking away from something. But let me tell you something. If you walk away from something and walking away from that gives you peace, stillness, it allows you to have balance within yourself, then it was a victory. Maybe it wasn't the victory that you thought, okay? Because victory doesn't have to be about two people. If one of you does what you need to do to gain peace and understanding and balance, well, that's still a victory. It's just a victory for one. So this weekend, it's going to be a victory for one. Someone is going to be making some choices for themselves, standing their ground for themselves, okay? And I don't feel that it's a victory for two. I feel like this is a victory for one. This is Sapphire Dragonfly, and this is your weekend collective energy. I love you guys. Bye.